Hey, good evening, everybody, and welcome to Module 4. This project is the two-color illustration in which we are going to be diving in and coming up with a project that works within two tones. So within the examples that I've got under the Module 4 section, um, you'll notice that I've got blues and reds. One of the things I want to point out right from the top is that the full spectrum of blues are open to you. So we're looking for these to be majority blue, but that also means that within the color picker, we can go in, and if we go to blue, we've got this entire field to be able to use. You don't want to go, all the way into the greens and the aquas and things like that. That would be a different color. Instead, we want to kind of stay within the same blue region. Or if we're working with orange, then we've got browns that we can use as well, grays that are dark browns. We've got tans that can be used in there. And I just want to make you aware that there's a lot more color variation that you're allowed to be able to use within this project instead of just sticking with, one particular blue. We've got a little bit of pull there, but not too much. So when it comes to this project, this one, we have already been through, gosh, three other projects already. The last two, where we did the line work and really looked at projects on how they work on a detailed level, right? Really getting into the pixels, this 150 DPI that we're working in, and understanding what polish is all about when it comes to our brush strokes and our line making. We're going to continue to build on that. With the last project, you guys went in and did tonal paintings with just black and white. And now finally, at this stage in the semester, we have made it to color, but not all the colors yet. We're not unleashing the rainbow. Instead, we're just using two colors. So a good spot to be able to start with this project is to think about, hey, what is my concept going to be? What do I want to create? For myself, I've got a few different ideas here. Well, a pretty clear idea of the direction that I want to head in. And as always, my first stop is to go in there and start thinking about finding reference images. So I've got some reference images pulled up here, or reference images, and bear with me, it's going to seem a little strange at first. All right. So I want to do something with a fella that has got sort of a futuristic streetwear kind of fashion on. Think like um, Cyberpunk 2099, that video game. This particular outfit, after looking through a whole lot of them, I like a lot. I think that it's got a really unique silhouette. I like the Ranger hat that the character's got on as well, the shape of the pants, the boots, the jacket, all that good stuff, as well as the pops of color that are on there. So I'm going to have a character that is in that outfit walking forward towards the screen, and he is going to be carrying a sword. All right, so now we have that character, that outfit, carrying a sword. There's my quick sketch that's not nearly detailed enough. You guys should be working faster and better than that. I have another image here of the background. Like I said, I was looking at a lot of sort of futuristic fashion stuff. I think a lot of it ended up looking very Y2K, circa early 2000s with the Jinkos on there. But the thing that I liked about this one was the background. And when I was first approaching this project, man, I was drawing a blank. I did not have a clear vision or idea for where I wanted to head with this. But if you find yourself in that same position and you have artist or creative block, my recommendation to you is always go out there and just start looking at some imagery. Instagram and ArtStation make it easier than ever to be able to go in and look up references for these things. So with that second photo, what I really like is the environment here. I like that it's all cement and industrial and pretty open. And I also like the storage units, or these kind of closed garages that are going on behind the character. In a lot of other countries in the world, in the evening, you'll see that all the shops on the streets close up and they all have these kind of garage doors. And for myself right now, I'm going through a move, right? And moving to a new home, to a new chapter, to a new location is, so much a part about going through all your old stuff, figuring out what you want to keep, what you want to throw away. And I recently had to move all my things into a big storage bin. So if you've ever been to one of those public storage houses, they're kind of creepy. they're a little bit strange. They're a little bit kind of laminal space when you walk through those things. And I thought it'd be cool to turn these sort of storage units or these garage doors in the back of this shot into storage unit bins and open some of them up, right? And the next thing that I want to do in there, behind the character who's carrying his sword in that cool outfit, walking forward, he is going to be, oh, that's wrong format. I'll have to fix that later. But he is going to be walking past a whole bunch of dinosaurs that he has slain, that have come out and jumped out of those bins and those doors. So kind of an illustrative piece talking about, for myself, moving, but also, you know, the way that we kind of tuck away those old things and laying them to rest. In this case, very literally with a sword as the character is walking forward. So that's the concept that I have for this painting. I think it's a pretty strong concept. I've got a clear vision. I feel confident that I can move forward with this from here. I've got my pose that I've initially sketched. I've still got to do some more references on the character's face and figure out what kind of style I want the face to be in and things like that. But I've got the clothing, I've got the environment. I'm feeling pretty good for my initial research. Next choice within this project is coming up with a color scheme for how it is we want to work within this. And for myself, I'm just going to go ahead and pick some colors right off the bat. And I'm going to say that I want this project to be orange as one of my colors. That's going to be one color. And then my second color, I really want it to be tan, but that's kind of in the orange realm already. So I'm going to be working with a lot of tans and neutrals and grays for all the cement, and there's orange kind of public storage doors as well. And then we've got a little bit of orange pop going on with the character. It should look pretty cool. So I've got one other color that I can pick for this. And I noticed that within this scene, there is a little bit of foliage that's hanging down from the top of this. And I think that within my illustration, I can increase that foliage more and give it a little bit more texture, since so much of this image is going to be built out of, you know, strong verticals and horizontals and one point perspective within this sort of Soviet cement place, that having some vines and some foliage and stuff sort of hang down is going to do this project quite a bit of good. So I'm going to push this up into more of those sort of aquamarines. And this is going to be the base color system that I want to work with for this painting. I'm going to try and infuse within my shadows, right? So this is a good shadow color to pick for that complements the orange well, so I don't just have to have like black shadows, as well as if I'm going to put this fella in an all black outfit here, with different materials and different reflection on the light. Within the blacks, I can also hide a lot of these darker blues, and it should complement and look pretty cool once we actually get into painting this thing. So, checklist. I've got my reference images. I've got strong narration within this piece. We'll be able to understand that the character is slaying these dinosaurs as he's walking forward. It's not entirely obvious, you know, what's going on, but I think that there's definitely some meaning that a lot of people can attach to this particular image. There is a story element to it as well, because when you look at it as an audience, you're going to infer that the man walking forward towards the camera with the sword in his hand likely killed the dinosaurs that are on the ground before him. He is helping the last one go extinct. And so that story element, that narration is there. It's working pretty good for me. Now, if you guys have gone through and read the description for this next project, you're going to see that this is the point in the semester where we are going to dip our toes into AI. All right. With your first discussion post that's going to be due on Wednesday at midnight, I want you to go through and do a couple different sketches. I think that's what it says. So, yeah, 3 thumbnail sketches for this project. And they could be 3 separate ideas or one idea refined down to show various angles or testing of different setups for the composition. So there I go on to talk about the example within the description. Now, here's where this project starts to really deviate, not only by adding color from our previous projects, but we've got a new element in here. We are going to be experimenting with AI generated images for this project. Now, let me explain. AI likely is not going to go away. It's, you know, love it, hate it. You can make the argument that they are stealing art from other artists and then not giving them credit because it's resampling their work. I completely understand that, and it makes sense. Where AI, in my opinion, is really useful is for that ideation process. That same thing that I just went through and did in my head, where I'm trying to, search out imagery and get an idea, and I'm kind of creating a photo collage myself and getting some poses and getting some outfits because I can't think up, streetwear out of my own head. I'm not a fashion designer. I haven't been doing that for 20 years, but I can certainly go out there and look for those things that are going to help kind of clue me in. For this project, it's my hope that by turning your idea and your concept, your sketches, the final sketch that you choose, into a text prompt and writing it out, that the results that you get will teach you something about the lighting. You're going to see your idea, your concept funneled in to some kind of AI program. I've got two different links there within the project description, and it's going to give you some different insight that you would not have thought of before. So let me show you. So for this one, for the one of the projects that I did with this, I wanted to do an old knight that was, battle worn and tired, going to get his fortune read, and the cards were on the table. His fortune was not looking good. He is ill-fated, and no matter, even though he's fought so hard, all the battles that he's gone through, victory is not imminent for him for this next one, and he's just getting the news about that. So when I took that prompt and ran it through AI, this is the image that came back to me. And this image was really, really unique for me because it showed me a color relationship and lighting that I would not have thought up on my own. There is no way, no matter how much I had searched for reference images, how much I had looked out on the internet for something this specific for a knight and a fortune teller, for me to really be able to come up with this kind of, and these are the colors that I wanted to use, super bright orange lighting on the gal's face, the way that the candles are this super bright yellow here in the middle, the way that the table is getting totally illuminated, the pure reds that are happening on this character's face over here. I really love the rough, shapely rendering style that's going on within the hair and on the armor within this image as well, and also some clues, just about how they're handling the background. So this really helped to inform me about how to be able to move forward with the lighting and the shadows on the concept that I was already trying to create. Is this a perfect one-for-one for the concept that I had in mind? No, it's absolutely not. And we are a long ways off from AI being able to get that specific for what it is that you, as a creative, envision inside of your own head. This is the concept that I had. This is the image that I got. Still very different, but I'm still interested in my concept. This is the story that I want to tell. So as I continue to move forward with that painting, you can see even in these early stages of this image that I'm utilizing that color information with my original composition setup. I'm also using those rough shapes on the knight's on the knight's oh boy, up and down. Oh gosh, on the knight's armor there. Here, let me see if I can't find this for you so we can talk about it a little bit more. All right. Yeah, so here's how the final turned out for that one. And you can see that I totally borrowed from the brightness on the table, the way that the characters were illuminated. This guy is totally red. We've got the strong top lighting going on, and there's pieces that I used, but I still very much made this my own painting and my idea and my concept that I wanted to follow through with. Okay, so that's what I'm looking for you guys to do on this project. And that's what I'm about to do right now. I want to be able to also, within this demo, if you've never used any AI applications before, if you've never touched the stuff, that I'm going to walk you through sort of what my prompting process looks like here. So I've got an idea of what it is that I want to create within my image. So streetwear guy, dinosaurs on the ground, storage units, Soviet cement everywhere, street scene, that type of stuff going on. I'm pretty happy with that. Now let's start turning that into a prompt. So I'm using right now Copilot with GPT-4, and I'm using the Microsoft gosh, what do they call it now? Internet Explorer, whatever they Edge, Microsoft Edge. And for Bing, since that is the Microsoft Internet browser, you have to be on the Edge browser to be able to use it. So just be aware of that. Okay, so I'm going to start off here, and I'm going to be dialing in and zeroing in my concept as I work through. Your first prompt is probably not going to be the best one in the entire world. So let's start off with make an image of a cyberpunk man walking towards the camera with a sword in his left hand. Left hand. He is walking in an outdoor storage unit. High cement walls, the sunlight is coming from above. Are plants at the top of the walls. Behind the man on the ground are dinosaurs. I spelled that wrong. That he has slain with his sword. The colors for this shot are orange, tan, and aquamarine. All righty. That's my first prompt. So you type that in there, you give it a go, and we're going to see what comes back. Oh, this is powered by DALL-E 3, it looks like. So that's an improvement over what this used to be. Oh my goodness. And look at that. That is not too shabby for what it is that I was describing, right? For a first run through on this, let's go in and let's start opening some of these up. There it goes. So it needs to, wow. Yeah, the serrated metal is pretty nice there. He certainly looks cyberpunk. I'm not sure what these new features are within this thing. I guess I can go in and start to edit if I like something or keep something. And let's go ahead and download that one. And I'm going to go back. So it looks like we got another one. And yeah, there we go. We've got the orange storage bin doors. This thing certainly understood what it was I was looking for. We've got the high cement walls. I really like the light that's coming through on that one. That's a really nice kind of light indicator. The shadow going out in front of the guy is pretty nice as well. I like the rim lighting and the way the shading is hitting the top of his shoulders. Looks really good to me. Righty. So that is pretty strong for a first run on these. And yeah, it's giving me some good ideas, right? For how to be able to render and handle the cement, how to be able to break up the wall space. There we go. We got the bridges in there too. It's like they saw the image that I was looking at earlier. That's uncanny. We've got the dinosaurs that are looking messed up in the background. That rusted metal ground is sort of interesting to me as well. But yeah, this is pretty rad looking. That is pretty cool. So let's take this and let's expand upon it. So I'm going to run the same prompt now that I've seen the results back through this AI program again and see if I can get more specific in how I can improve what it is that I'm looking for. So make an image of a cyberpunk man wearing black with orange and teal accents, a futuristic jacket, pants, and boots. The man also has a Park Ranger hat on. That's what the guy's got within the photo. So he's walking towards the camera. We got that. That's all looking really good. Sword towards the camera with a sword drawn. Let's see if that changes anything. Towards the camera with a aggressively, angrily. Let's try angrily. Did I spell that wrong? Angrily with the sword drawn in his left hand, he's walking in an outdoor storage unit that has high cement walls. Partial ceilings. The sunlight is coming down from above. There are plants at the top of the walls. That absolutely happened there. Walls with, let's try large plants. Top of the walls. Hanging down. So we want them to be a little bit more hanging is kind of what I had in mind. There are large plants at the top of the walls hanging down. All right. Behind the man on the ground are dinosaurs that he has slain. Yeah, I mean, that man, some of these look really cool for the poses on the dinosaurs. Behind the man on the ground. Yeah, that's good. Laying on the ground and against the walls are dinosaurs that he has slain with his sword. The colors for this shot are orange, tan, and a little aquamarine. So let's see if we can get more of that tan in there. And let's run it now that I've gone back and improved my prompt a second time to see what this is going to give us. Watch us get the exact same image. I don't think so, though. So the AI right now is calculating and trying to put all this stuff together. Whoa, that is quite different. And we definitely got the accents of the aquamarine on there. He's got his ranger hat. Man, so the ceiling totally changed too, right? But if we look at this long enough, it becomes interesting. And they definitely put the dinosaurs inside of the storage unit doors. And we've got our hanging plants. All right, so that is just about everything that we could ask for. Wow, that's an interesting choice and option here as well with the glass ceiling and the beams going in there. I actually really like that an awful lot. And yeah, you can see this character with his orange accents dressed in all black is totally doing his thing. That's a cool one. And we were able to remove a lot of those teal options from the first one's background, right? There's a lot of teal going on in there, which is a little bit more balanced. I want the teal in mind to be fairly minimal. I want this to be almost monochromatic. I don't know. Now that I'm looking back at the previous one, the teal on the walls is a really, really nice touch. I like the water that's on the ground too. That's pretty nice. Yeah, that one decided to add some packing peanuts to the background. I don't know what that does if we click on it. Let's see. Okay. So they're unable to remove anything from the image. I don't know what this thing. Okay, color pop. Ah, I see. Okay. Let's try it again. Blur background. All right, so that's pretty limited right now for what it is that they're giving you. Let's go back again. Check these out. And some of the other cool things that we can do with the AI generated art is that I can version these out. So I like that pose there. That's pretty. That's a pretty stinking cool little fashion pose that guy's got going on. And I should be able to. Let's see what we've got here. So copying. I don't know what that does. Sorry. They're always adding new stuff to this. Not allowed to paste it. Okay, so then it's going to give us a couple different versions as well. So I could do this in claymation, steampunk, low poly, origami, block print. That's pretty funky. Watercolor, pixel art. Yeah, that's another thing that can help you out a lot with these is let's take our same prompt here. And we definitely got just a little bit here. So let's run that prompt one more time. Sorry, starting over. All right, and the orange and tan and a little aquamarine. Aquamarine. Colors for the shot are orange, tan, and a little aquamarine lighting. Okay, there we go. And what else did I want to do? Oh, right. So make an image in the style of, let's go with, this is tricky. In the style of online comic book art. We're going to have a look at this and see what it gives us. All right, so we're getting similar backgrounds here. Man, that's a more aggressive pose than the one that I had drawn previously. He looks cool there. Pretty rad. I don't like the spacing. I want more top within my composition, but the dinosaurs have got some unique poses going on there. I like that boot and sort of this down angle that we're giving the character as well is really nice. The hat looks great. And we didn't quite get the aqua lighting in there, and it's still giving me that same whatchamacallit, sort of high polished digital art look to it. I'd like to have a few more chunky shapes and brush strokes in there. So let's see if we can't get that to work. All right, make an image of Cyberpunk Man. Make an image, make a digital illustration. Let's try that with chunky shapes and detailed rendering. Detailed brush strokes. Okay. I just want to show you guys that it doesn't always just do these 3D renders, but try to get something that's a little bit more stylized. Mhm. Right, there we go. All right, and this is giving me the exact same look that we had before. Um, does it look? Hmm, oh well. Yeah, but we still have some more unique, interesting ceiling looking options. I really like this image right here for the character's pose as well, which is working great for me. And yeah, I like the lighting that's going on within the character's face too. Yeah, he looks ticked. He looks like he's had enough of those dinosaurs within that image. Okay, so I hope you guys get the idea for what it is that you can create with the AI generated images and how that can work in for your piece. So I have my original concept, my reference images. I've got my AI stuff that I've created. It is not exactly perfect, but it has helped me make my pose stronger. It's given me some ideas that just that one reference image had not given me for the lighting. And I'm going to take a break now and go ahead and get my rough sketch in there. And then I'm going to start painting a little bit for you guys this evening as well. And yeah, that'll be in the part two. But thank you for joining me on this adventure through AI and getting this first initial project set up. If I hope this is an exciting and interesting one for you guys, and I'll see you in the next video.